And boom, just like that, we all live. This your dude, Uncle Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the Junior. And today, look, I got something different. I got an author. So you know I can't be too worthy because got an author in the house. But I was jamming in the background to this Tupac baby. I ain't gonna waste no time. And I'm gonna let none other than why. How's it going?
What's going on, man? How's everything?
Oh man, look, I'm just cool. It's great. It's great. How about on your end?
You know how it is, man. I'm always on the go. Always on the go.
Nice, nice. That's what I'm talking about. Life of an author, life of a go-getter. So where where you hanging out with me? Where you calling in from?
Oh man, you know right now I'm in the NO right now, chilling.
You sound like you from that NO too. So what part of New
You
Orleans you
know
from?
that.
Cause out here in Dallas, they be have people way out in Violet talking about they from New Orleans. Look, he must be dog in the background.
Man, you know it ain't about no violence, man. Ah, that's funny, man. That's funny. Violent, man. Ah, man.
Right.
Grew up uptown, third ward, moved to the east, ninth ward, been
Okay.
went off to school, came back. You know, when you get older, you can still rep where you was from, but when you get older, you don't really stay in the heart of the city no more. So now I
Right.
gotta represent that best bank, that West Bank, man.
Okay.
That's where I'm at right now.
Right, right. Ain't
Right.
nothing wrong with that. But look, before we get up in the interview, definitely got to give our viewers, let them know, hey, if y'all want to chime in, this is the author of newly released From the Bottom book. It's out. Very good book. So we're gonna before we get into that, I gotta get on the band note. You know, did y'all, like
What
I
about
know
it, man?
what you like. Have you ever played in the band?
Man, you already know, bro. Band heads for life, man.
Just like that,
Uh,
rule the world.
yeah, high school, got that scholarship to go to Graham, went to Graham, played in the band. It's all good, man. And
Just like
actually,
that.
I was still doing alumni band at the high school. So, you know, every once in a while, I bring it out. I still got it.
Okay, okay. Hey, that's what I was just trying to make sure. That's what I
Yeah.
was just trying to make sure. But what did you play? Like, we know you was in a band. Like, you wasn't, what did
Oh,
you play?
oh man, come on now. Uh,
Yeah, I'm pulling it. I'm
Trumpet,
putting you out there.
mellophone, baritone. I any French horn, everything, man, every brass. I ain't, I dabbled on a little trombone with you, but I ain't
Right.
really. That ain't my thing. My arms ain't that long, so I can, yeah, yeah, couldn't handle that one, I can't,
Right.
I can't quite go into seventh, I can't hit the seventh.
Right. Right. Because that singer,
Right,
you gotta reach. You got
right,
like the
right. I
folks
can't.
say, you gotta retch on around. You gotta retch on around.
Right.
But
Yeah, I
so
can't. Yeah, yeah. So,
gotta give background because see, yeah, I'm gonna put it out there. Band. I'm gonna say this: band people are smarter than are the smartest people in the world. Yeah, I said it. So, what I'm saying? So, you're a musician. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just a home blower, you musician. Because, that's one thing I tell people is, they be like, hey, what you, I'm like, I'm a musician. I can play any horn instrument. So, to me, that just shows your high level thinking and the fact that you even thought to come out with a book. But before we,
right.
what I'm saying? Like, so that I want to give you a little kudos on that one. But you say you're from New Orleans, right? So,
I'm from New Orleans.
I got to ask you, you got to say that. How you say that, baby?
Man, come on. If you from New Orleans, you gotta say it right. Right?
Right.
Come
That's
on,
what this,
dog.
this
The
the
dog
baby
know.
check.
Dog know.
The dog like
Yeah.
"Roo, roo,
Come
let
on.
me check." And so this is an no check.
Right.
Like it's a fact check. You gotta let me hear baby in a sentence. This for my Dallas people.
In a sentence,
Yeah, you gotta say
you
baby.
know,
You can't just
we don't. First of all, we don't say sentences, right? So
right.
now we gonna now let's say if we talking about a guy trying to holler at a girl, like what's happening, baby? What's happening with that,
Oh,
right?
what
Nah, and if
what's
it's a
your
girl,
name
if
is?
a girl trying to tell wait, if a girl trying to tell somebody another person off that, baby, baby, you already know. Come on now.
But don't spill the tea. Don't spill the tea. This ain't the show for the tea. You know, that's how I go. Man, don't make me spill the tea. But man, that's cool. That is
We
very
don't do so that.
right. Hey, I thought I was a fact checker. That's all. That is just a fact checker. But so,
Pull them checks,
what
man.
made you
Pull them
come like
facts.
so? Look, you heard me talk about facts. You know, New Orleans is eight. Well, I think it's 8 feet below sea level. So
Uh-huh.
I'm just throwing stuff out there. Where did you come up with the
Right.
name of the book from the bottom? Wait, hold on. Wait, time out. How you gonna say right?
All right.
You are supposed to agree with me right there. So we got to
Right.
rewind
You
that.
know,
Play. So New Orleans is like 8.5 feet below sea level. So I'm just throwing things out there. But where did you get the name from the book from the bottom? Is it like with the city?
so it's so funny. Check this out, right? Now for real though, man. So a couple of months ago, right? Now I'm gonna be honest with you. It took me 3 months to write this book, and I'm talking about from beginning to releasing it. 3 months,
Wow.
right? So so what happened was within those 3 months, my grandmother took ill, and she had to go to the hospital and do have back surgery, right? So while I was in the hospital with her, there was this movie, well not a movie, but a TV show that kept coming on. It's called In the Heat of the Night. I
In
don't know
the
if you remember In the Heat
heat
of the Night. Come on
of the
now,
night. Actually, look,
come
I hit the
on.
tone. I know the chord and everything.
Right, right. So
Well, you got
so
my
what happened
attention, now,
was,
child.
so I'm watching this with my grandmother because that's what's on. And there was this part of the show that's called The Bottoms, right? And every
Mm,
time they would go to the bottoms, it was the black community. And every time you see the
I
black
seen that.
community, it always looked like
The
Katrina
bottom.
hit it. You know, every part every part of the houses was run down. They looked decapitated. It just looked like a bad environment. And the sad part about it, the episode that I was watching came out in 1990.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I
So
watched it. I know. I've heard when that bottom. What you talking about?
right. So it wasn't that long ago. And now I'm looking at it like that's what y'all think of us. So I took it and I kind of flipped the concept. I'm like, okay, so if y'all think that's what it is, I'm gonna start there. I want to start from the bottom,
Mm.
right? And I'm gonna take anybody that's in that level with their mindset. And if
Hold on,
your
hold on, hold on, hold on.
mindset is
Wait,
at that bottom,
hold on. For 5 young viewers, hey, that's all you cat to be like. Yeah, I started from the trenches, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, my dude, my partner, Name, Ray. Then we started from the trenches. I'm sorry.
right?
Translation.
You got yeah. Get the language together. The language got to be together, right? Yeah. So I figured if that's where they think where we mentally start from the bottom, so let me start from the bottom, and all I'm giving is the substance of getting the mindset about money right first.
Mm,
Like we understand money to a point where we know how to spend it, we know how to get it, but we don't know how to sustain it,
big fat.
right?
Whoo! That's one
And
of them
that's what. Right.
$50 words. Do I gotta ask
Yeah,
Siri?
that's one of
Shit.
that's yeah, silly.
I told
But
y'all these
but
offers.
so one of the things that I wrote about is about community wealth building, right?
Mm,
This book is for anybody who's in any community, and you get a couple of people to look at it, to understand it, and read it, and y'all can form anything. And I'm talking about anything. That's why I talk about from a community perspective, because with the community, you can branch off and do a lot of different things if you just understand how the process works. I
facts.
don't care what the product is. I don't care what the product is, but if you understand money and you understand the mindset of how you need it and how you use it to get whatever you want, the product doesn't even matter.
Mm. Okay. Preach. You know what I'm saying? So while we talking about the product, I definitely got to give a shout out. Got one came
Ah,
today,
bam,
and then I didn't just
bam.
get one. I got two. But wait, hold on. There's
Much
more.
love, man.
It came in this package from New York City. I said, ooh, ooh, ooh. I write a book, it's coming from my home address. At best, PO box. I'm like, who should they who this
No, man,
is?
but listen. No, but for real, if you think about it, like I want you to really think about this, right? We're talking about that mindset, right? If it
Mm-hmm.
comes from you and you just distributing it out, you're not really being um known to the world. As well, I mean, you can market and everything, but you're not solidified as a complete author without being recognized universal,
Right.
right? So, so my publishing company is in New York.
Do I need to go put on a tie? Oh my goodness, you
Do you
say
need me to
my
say that again?
publisher. Yeah, please, please.
Yeah. So what happened was doing this book, I found out that I already knew it, but it just made sense. I did everything on my own. So
Right.
I had to learn it from scratch, from the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn it from the bottom. So
Right.
what I did was I figured out everything I needed to do, and I just figured out I need to own everything.
Mm. Similar sound
So
like the rap game.
so like I said, I don't care what the product is. It doesn't matter what the product is. Ownership is key,
Right. Right.
right?
Right. Exactly. So, one thing that was crazy that you talk about that, we talk about, building wealth and, you didn't mention money. Like you said two key factors you said. Community, wealth.
Right.
It doesn't matter the product. You never mentioned money a part of this equation. You just said if we have an understanding of money and how it works and how we need it to buy things. So is money not in wealth?
I mean, it
How
is,
do you
but it's
feel
not the
about that?
most important thing. It's not
Hmm.
important. Like realistically speaking, it's not really that important because if you do what you do and do it very well, the money comes. But you
Right.
don't have to. You don't dwell on the money to get where you're going. Because if you chase money, you're not chasing dreams. You're chasing money. And whenever
Money.
you chase money, you lose.
Facts. Facts. And see, one thing that was funny that you said, because it taught to me through leadership is that, it's you find a product, the funding gonna come. People gets that backward. They try and find the funding and be like, oh, and then stop there. Because like you said, if you have a good product, the funding gonna find you. So what is your biggest thing about what is your thing about this book? I still haven't, I've opened it up, I read the preface, of course I was like, oh, where this book come from? You know what I'm saying? I was very proud of that, you know what I'm saying, just to say I know you and had you on the show. But what is
Thank
your
you. Thank
what
you.
is your driving factor on this? What can I expect from this? Is this a book that's going to tell me like accounting principles? Is this going to tell me how to balance your ledger? What is this? What is your scope? What is your whole idea to get your takeaways from this book?
So, okay, so let me tell you. My business page on social media is my journey, your journey, right? So the thing that I'm trying to get people to understand is you think about all the people who wrote books on their lives. They talk about it after they made it, right?
Hmm.
So if I talk about something after I made it, I'm gonna miss some couple of things that's key important to my success.
Okay.
So I'm telling people right now, let's do the journey together. Like let's really do it together because my journey is your journey. If we start all at the bottom and then we understand what it takes to get to where we're going, we can all write our own success story toward the end. And this book is mainly talking about how to get the mentality straight. First of all,
Mm.
chapter one. Let me tell you something. I don't start talking about money until chapter six. Let's get
Okay.
that out there. My
Right.
very first chapter is talking about why systematically we're in a process of with the government. Understand you with the government, they're not designed to help you. Like they're not gonna help you. So if you are on any type of government assistance, it's hindering you for the most part. So anybody who think I'm gonna just lounge get this money. Think about all the things that you have to not have, that stipulation that they put on you in order to get their assistance. I was just telling somebody the other day, they was like, well, what you mean? And I said, so do you get food stamps? They're like, yeah. Okay, well, you can't make a certain amount because the moment you make a certain amount, they gone.
I'm gonna tell you this. You know, I
You
want
on
I want
housing?
our viewers to know it's is the title of the book is From the Bottom, a ground zero approach to community wealth building. So it's not like understanding, it's building. So like to your point, I had said spoke similarly to someone at the job. I was like, I'm gonna ask you this: what gender is the government, U.S. government represented by? Male or female?
Males.
Well, not
Males.
males. There's one, Uncle Sam.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And to that point, just take it a little bit farther to where, I'm just hinting on it that so, and if a man is in a house, just like one be like, oh, I'm so independent. Oh, you on housing? Let me get a bill up. Oh, no. Where did that come from? You know, because he owns you. Once you get extra funding, you know, you're gone. So to your point, is you got a label on you. You will never get past that, and that cycle just keeps going. So that's a great point. I like that.
Not only that, but it's also keeping a certain population poor. It's like people don't understand poor is not a negative word in a sense, but it's a system. It's a system of a cycle that keeps repeating itself generation after generation. And what people don't understand is living in poverty, it could be two ways. It could be by choice or it could be by laziness.
Hmm.
And some people don't understand, like, when I say choice, I mean is that it was a choice that was brought up to you that you had no control over. Like your parents grew up in poverty, your grandparents grew up in poverty, and you're just an outcome of it. But
Right.
the laziness keeps you there.
Right.
If the laziness keeps you there, then that's your fault.
But some people say that they don't get the opportunities.
Opportunities out there. It's out there. What one of the quotes that I love saying is, um, if opportunity comes by and you're not ready, then you should not take it.
Uh oh. Uh oh. She's stuck in town. You coming back? See, that's what happened when you got that cricket mobile service. All right, so look, y'all just be right. We're gonna be right back once she get clicked back in. Hey, it was hard getting her back, but I was able to get her back. So we're gonna keep this going while we got you, man. I don't know what's going on down there.
Man, somebody just called me and told me that they saw me live. I said, "Are you serious?
Well, you know
Are
what?
you serious?"
You should go back and ask that person. Did they see you after she called?
Man, man, I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. But definitely going back, to the book. So I don't even know where to get back in that.
Okay, so so what I was talking about was the whole generational cycle, and people don't understand that. And they always talk about the opportunities that they don't have. Man, people got opportunity. What they don't understand is the lazy mindset would always keep them deprived of getting those opportunities. Opportunity ain't gonna just knock at your door for no reason.
Right.
Like opportunity is not the Jehovah Witness. No pun intended. No pun intended to anybody. But what I'm saying is they don't just come and knock at your door. Opportunity is out there. You just gotta go get
You
it.
can't just walk past that. I think I'm
I
talking
said
about.
no pun
So,
intended, man.
so
I'm
wait.
just
So
saying.
a Jehovah Witness gonna know what no pun intended means? Actually,
They should, man.
right after you
But
heard.
no
I'm sorry.
no disrespect to
Okay, they
anybody. No
might know,
disrespect to anybody. No disrespect to anybody, but I'm just saying,
but it's funny.
I'm just I'm I'm just saying, opportunity is out there, and people they don't understand that you can't stay at home. It's just like insanity. You cannot keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. It's not gonna happen. It is
Right.
not gonna happen. So
Right.
the book itself is I made it so that it's an easy read. I don't have. I think I may have two $20 words. Like it's
Oh.
an easy read. It's a
Hmm.
easy read.
Wow. Well, that's good because
Yeah.
one thing that, especially nowadays, people read pictures. They don't like to read words. So and the fact that you can relate to the book, like how do you make that correlation? Is it through like haikus? Is it through like examples, self experiences? How do you create this atmosphere where these kids from what is the age range of the book, like from 18 up until your target market?
Man, my target audience really is from 14. I say 14 because of the language. 14 on up. And the
Mm.
reason why, I'll tell you the reason why, is because there's certain things that I put in my book that's really like our age and above. But if somebody under that age has to look at it, they gotta go research it. So it's like
Mm.
learning without showing them that they're learning. Like I'm gonna give you an example. The book chapter one start off with a Cosby Show episode. And
Mm,
if
really?
you ain't never saw the Cosby Show, you gotta go Google it,
Right.
YouTube it, whatever the case may be.
Wait, so
And
you
what I
like that
realized is,
commercial? My fault. No, I'm
go
sorry. I was
ahead.
about
What you
to
about to
say, so
say?
you like that commercial where the little daughter be like, "Mom, where's my pen?" And she was like, "It's upstairs." And she run upstairs and be like, "Mom, it's not there." And she come back down, be like, "What? Oh, it's in the living room." And she run up there, and it's like the whole get your kids active type thing. So you tricking these kids into learning how to research and do things on their own.
Not tricking. I'm not gonna say I'm tricking them. What I'm gonna say is what I am. So the very first thing in the book, when you get to chapter one, I got a quote. I do a lot of quotes. My first quote is from Benjamin Franklin. It says, "Tell me and I'll remember. Teach me, tell me and I'll forget. Teach me and I'll
You know, I
remember.
remember.
Involve me and I'll learn."
Hmm.
Right. So my thing is, I use not. So I took a little bit of that. He gone. He dead and gone. So he ain't gonna mind. I took half of his quote and and
And
I,
you butchered
and
it
I
just
used.
now.
Yeah, man. So listen, I'm
You
using
gotta
the tell
read it
me,
in the
teach
book.
me, involve me. Yeah. So it's tell me, teach me, involve me is what I use. Right. I'm not gonna just tell anybody because if I tell you, you're gonna hear it and you're gonna walk away. But if I teach it to you, you might learn it. You might go tell somebody else, but that's it. But if I involve you, you're gonna remember it for the rest of your life.
Mm.
So that's exactly how the book is set up. It's for you to read it, understand it, and then utilize it.
Wow. It's fun when I was teaching at Valina C. Jones, I used to tell these kids, I said, like you said, I try and build them an understanding of how to read, comprehend. It's like, you don't read a word, you see it, read it, speak it, think it. That's how the whole cycle goes. You cannot just see it and then no, you got to see it, speak it, think it. I mean, wait, see it. Wait,
right,
see it, read it, think it, speak it. I said it backwards. You got to put this here
right.
in the middle at some point. So that's good. That's a good point on that. So talking about school is like, with this, what you think about this getting into the school? Because it has it's broken down into chapters. It has it seemed like you have action items, actionable items in there. So, and it's for that market, because my daughter who's in college, I got that's why I got the second book. She's getting one. Shout out to Northern State, Arizona. But I was able to get her on my credit union at the age of like 14, 15. She had her
Right,
own at 16. So you're right
right,
at that little median where it's either can go bad or go good for them. So
right.
is this just going to be the end of it, or do you think maybe it's going to get in the schools?
Man, I'm so glad you said that. So the book is a foundation of what I really want to do, right? My
Hmm.
ultimate goal is to take that book and turn it into a curriculum. And once I turn it to curriculum, I'm bringing it to each school and I'm telling them this is what you need in your schools to build financial literacy. In the state of
Wow,
Louisiana, in the state of Louisiana last year, June of 2019, it was written, signed saying that each school must provide financial literacy to the students.
that's good.
It's a law. It's now law.
Wow,
So what I'm saying is it's needed, and it's not going to be taught by just trying to teach a child about credit cards, debit cards. I mean, what about before that? You
right.
know, there's so much that's more that's missing, and I want them to get it before they get out of high school. Understand money because the world teaches the world teaches differently from schools. And what I
Right.
mean by that is school school teach you a lesson and then give you a test.
Hmm.
In real life, you get the test first and then you get the lesson.
Right. That's what the saying goes.
Right,
Bought lesson
right,
beats a taught lesson any day, though. But
right. It makes no sense for them to be unprepared.
right,
There's no excuse for that.
right.
And we are allowing these kids to get out of school without having the proper knowledge of utilizing wealth. And I don't want to say money, I want to say wealth
Hmm.
because you can have money. You can
Hmm.
have money,
That's
but
what
if you
street
don't know
teaches
what to
you.
do with it, you're gonna lose it.
Right.
Either you're gonna lose it by spending it, or you're gonna invest in somebody who's gonna take it from you because they
Right.
know you don't know nothing about it.
Right. Man, that's funny. I used to tell my kids that. Shout out to Valina C. Jones, my sixth grade class. They used to be like, oh, all y'all think y'all gonna be Latunchi and LeBron James don't know how many zeros in a million. And you had to hire somebody like me.
Right,
I'm gonna take it from you because
right,
you can't count.
right,
But wow, that's a
right.
good point you made. Definitely going into from that age, going into high school, especially in the college, because I was victimized, like by Discover Card. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Discover. Hopefully, it gets to one of y'all. But
I had that same problem with Discover Card, man.
I went to
That's the first thing
Grambling.
that came on campus, you know.
That's what I'm saying. And it was like they had a cute chick. I was like, "Say, baby," you know what I'm saying? She's like, "You come over here. I got a t-shirt for you, a bag, and $1,000 credit card for you, and you can get $500 right now." I'm from the streets of New Orleans. I signed it with intentions not to pay. I was like, "Wait, you gonna give me
Right,
some money just signing it?" I'm gone.
right,
I just spent the
right.
money before I even got the
There you
card. And years
go.
later,
Right.
I regret that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, and I'm glad that, the government made them stop doing that. Because at that point, all I know how to make money. I know how to lose it faster than I made it, but I can make it again. But I didn't know how to sustain it. That was a big Achilles heel with mine, and one that I'm still healing now. So, do you feel that since you have such a broad target market, such a broad audience that you look, can it be used differently or applied same way all across the board?
It can be applied the same way because the way that my curriculum is going to be made, without saying too much, it's a whole different style. Like people are
Mm,
learning on purpose, but they think it's by accident, right? And
absolutely. Hmm.
yeah, so it's purposely done to make sure that they have fun with it and they'll learn it. And what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a pilot run in a whole bunch of schools just to see if they need it, right? I know that they need it, but I got to convince the principals, the CEOs, the charter that
Right.
they need it,
Right.
right? And it's one of those things where once they see it, once they utilize it, like you saw that you I think you put
Hmm.
that video out there for
Yeah.
people to
Oh
see.
yeah. It's
Man,
just phone talking friends,
man,
marketing
it's
friends, all
it's
my
it's
personal.
one of those things when, yeah, when they see it, they like, I gotta have it.
Right.
And I say, okay, so you want it, okay, now let's talk numbers. that's when that's when the money come in. But we don't talk about money until you say, I gotta have it. And once you say you gotta have it, guess what? I'm gonna show you step by step on how to use it. And it's a
Mm.
win-win for everybody.
Mm. All right, before we get up out of here, you talking about win-win, and you sharing all this great wealth, great knowledge. For any upcoming art, authors, any upcoming businesses, entrepreneurs, what advice would you give them?
Man, that's easy, man. I would definitely express to everybody, look, there's two important times in your life when you need to know, and this is my favorite quote of the day. The day that you were born and the day you found out why. Whether you are author, whether you trying to come up with the next great invention, whether you playing sports, whatever the case may be, master your art. Because if you master it, that's one of the things that nobody could take from you, and you'll be one of the best at it. Once you're one of the best at it, you can write your own number to whatever it is that whatever the product may be. Once you understand that, and that's that mental capacity that I'm talking about. Once you understand that, then everything else comes easy. It'll actually come to you.
Mm.
Once you do the front part of it, that's why you should get my book to change that mindset. But once you do that part, everything else is easy. Everything is easy.
Facts, facts.
This
Wow,
ain't
man,
this ain't this right here. This right here ain't for the lazy at heart. I can tell you that right now. This
ain't
is
getting money
beast
not
mode.
either.
This is beast
Nice,
mode.
well put. So what's next? You got anything next? What's next?
We
Everybody want to
so
know what's
right
next.
now, okay, so listen, I don't have a 5 year plan, right? I don't have a 10 year plan. I got a grind, right? And the grind is we did the book, we did the book signing. The next thing is the curriculum. Curriculum is
Mm.
about 2 more days to be done, completely done. Once we do the curriculum, we're gonna take it from all the different parishes within Louisiana. From there, I'm taking it to every urban area throughout the United States,
Wow,
right?
wow.
Because, and I'm not saying that only urban America should be seeing it, but urban America is the ones that's suffering.
Right, right.
And just to be knowledge and conscious of that is a whole nother ball game. I'm not saying that nobody else needs it, because I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, I that urban culture is hurting.
Right. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, like similar to you, just like you saying, I was talking to my daughter before she was going off to college, and she was like, trying to build financial, literacy and understanding because that was something I lacked. And I was like, and she was like, I know how to count money. I went to what she said, a banking class. I said, the only thing they're gonna do is teach you how to count money. You can count money fast, and what's a credit and an actual debit. What's a T? What's a T ledger? What's a balance sheet? It's a difference. So before we get up out of here, any shout outs you want to give?
So I want to just say this. I want to go back because I got cut off because somebody was calling me. But I want to go back and just say this, and this is most important. We're talking about those opportunities. I want to give a shout out to United Way, right? Because United Way, um, they had some money. This is what I'm talking about with opportunity. They had some money that they were throwing my way just to get the book started. And they say, well,
Wow.
you got to do a business plan. And I say, all right, I'll do a business plan. And then they said, well, what are you doing? I said, I got about a 3-4 parter of what I'm doing. So what you doing? I said, I want to write a book that I want to turn into a curriculum that I eventually want to sell across the world. And then after that, I wanna try to see if we can do some community banking. And it was like, how you gonna do all that? I said, watch me, just watch me. And
Don't believe it, just
and they
watch.
what they said. They said, Tanya, I don't know exactly how you gonna do it, but we got you.
Mm,
We
wow.
got you. So I want to definitely give a shout out to United Way for even believing in me when they didn't even understand what I was doing. Right. I want to give a shout out to all of New Orleans, the community, because that's what made what we have right here in front of us. You
Right.
know,
Facts.
so it's a culture. It's a culture. I love my culture to death. I want to give a shout out to my family for most important for the people who bought the book, people who are planning on buying the book. If you're gonna buy it just to support it and not read it, don't get it. If you're gonna get it just to buy it to put on your shelf without reading it, don't get it. That's not my purpose of buying. If I it's for $15. For $15 will change your whole mindset, and that's just real.
It's like that. You've been dropping bombs on. You've been
It's like
dropping some nuggets on the whole, the entire time. Wow. So like I said, I'm definitely elated to get started. I'm about to send that off to my daughter. So we'll have to do a follow-up show and we can discuss some points on your book.
I
So
appreciate that, man. And what I'm gonna start doing is I committed myself to gathering two small groups within the community of maybe 10 kids apiece, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get different kids from all across the city who don't even know each other, and we're
wow.
gonna meet once a week and discuss the book. So I'm gonna teach them the book firsthand, free of charge.
Mm,
At the end of that book, I promise you, they're gonna have their own companies.
wow. Wow. Man, anything I can do, let me know, because that's wow, that's pretty cool. That's taking this whole book club thing to a whole different level, because you seem
Right,
like a doer like myself, everyone got stuff to say, but not everyone won't do the stuff they say. So, I like that.
right.
That's
But
pretty good.
here's the kicker though. Here's the kicker. When I have those 10 kids come with me, one of their parents have to come. The reason why the
Mm,
parent has to come is because it's two generations of a cycle. And if I'm talking about community wealth and we're talking about the generations of repeating itself, it has to be two
ah,
generations to
nice.
understand it before so it can change.
Right. Radical action
Right?
begets change.
I can't have the kid come and not the parent come so the kid that can't go home and explain it to the parent.
Okay.
So you got to sit there with that child too. If we really serious, if we talking about beast mode and really changing lives, you got to commit just with your child.
Nice. I like that. Wow. Whoo, man, that look, you got me looking to a part two. You know what I'm saying? But look, I definitely got to give a shout out
Right.
to all the sports talk with friends, marketing with friends, and give a shout out to you, for hanging out with me. Letting us know about your book. From the bottom, a ground zero
I
approach
sure
to
appreciate it, man.
building wealth. Building community wealth. Well, to community wealth building. I said it backwards, but nah, I appreciate you. 'Cause like I said, this is something I've always struggled with, and just like you said, you're looking at two generations. Me and my daughter. So like I say, it's
I sure
definitely
appreciate that,
something
man.
thing that that I mentioned to you earlier, and it's funny. I ain't gonna say it's funny, but it just shows that it's work. Your formula is working. I told you originally I got this from my daughter. Now you knew that. Hey, it takes two generations to break a cycle. That's my problem. So it's real good. So can't wait to next time. But it's your dude Uncle Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the Junior. And I'll be live next week, next tomorrow, next something. I don't know. But look, tune in for more.